Nice.
So what do we got? We want.
I do want to hold on. I want to ask you guys.
No.
Hold on. I do want to ask you guys though about Manoah. So Manoah's back. What, like, first off, this Jays season, we're entering close to the All-Star break. The Jays,
like every other Jays season.
Yes, just like playing that middling game. But the big story obviously is Alek Manoah. They sent him down. People thought he might be gone for a while. One start in AA. My guy's back, baby. What do we think? Tones, you look not pleased.
I love Manoah, so I hope it works out. But that is dicey, my friends. That is, he made 2 starts. The first one was against the fucking high schoolers, where he just got absolutely lit up.
Sorry, I was taking the Jays PR claim that one didn't count.
He was working on stuff. He was throwing. He was trying to locate the give me a
Maybe he was throwing one pitch. Maybe he was just throwing his fastball, trying to locate the fastball.
Maybe he was just pitching left-handed. Exactly what it was. He was trying out some left-handed.
He thought it was slow pitch.
Which it basically has been for him all season. So whatever. What's the difference, right? Mm-hmm. I hope it works out. I really do. I saw a theory from somebody who I'm now going to forget. It was on Twitter, but one of the Jays guys that was like, well, I think it's more about them getting him. I think he's going to start against Detroit, who's ass. So I think it's about just trying to see where he's at ahead of the trade deadline. The other factor here is Hyunjin Ryu is also rehabbing, and he looked pretty good apparently in his last start. And it's like, hey, all of a sudden you can have kind of do you need help with that 5th starter spot? If Ryu's coming up probably within the next few weeks or within the next month, even if Manoah's shit, they kind of have to know that stuff, right? So I think that's kind of where they're at. That's my sense, at least. I really hope Manoah turns it around. I love watching him pitch. It's more fun. The Jays season's just better when he's barking at the Red Sox for.
Yeah. And I think this could be a thing for him where it's better, where I don't know if it's like a humbling type thing. I don't know if it's a thing where, you just kind of need a second to reset if you're Alek Manoah, right? And you come back and you figure out your place, you get back to business, because we've seen this before where a young guy comes up, things are working, and when you get to whatever professional sport it is, the NFL, NBA, MLB, you've been a star, right, for so long, and then you get to the pinnacle of it, you're putting in work, but the reason why it's a top level is because everyone's able to make adjustments. And then now it's on you to make the counter to that and figure it out on the top level. But the scouting report's out. You're not surprising people anymore, right? But now everyone knows what you're throwing. Everyone knows what your pitches are. Now you got to adjust. Now you got to master your craft. And that's what we'll see if Alek Manoah is ready to fully take that step and turn back into the star pitcher, the ace of the staff that Blue Jays fans, Ross Atkins and company thought that he was heading into this season. For me, this is tough because if this doesn't go well against the Tigers, what do you do then? You're not sending them back down. So you're kind of just letting them work through the funk. I don't know. It's a tough spot.
I got 2 questions. Okay. A, what's your realistic prediction of his numbers come Friday against Detroit? What do you think he goes? Like 5 innings?
Yeah, I'll go I don't think they keep him out, to be honest. I don't think they let anybody see him a third time. So it's probably like 4 innings, maybe 4 earned runs, a couple walks, nothing amazing, but nothing terrible. And that's when it'll be, it's a stepping stone. This is one step in the right direction. And then he's going to get lit up in the start after. I hope not. I want Manoah to be good.
So, and then that's my other question. How short is this leash that he's going to have on this return in terms of how many starts he gets? Say he comes out and, like Tone said, he's okay. 4 innings, couple of hits, couple of earned runs, strikeout here or there, maybe a walk or 2. Okay, stepping stone. Then he comes out and totally craps the bed. Is he pulled back down right away, or is he set up for another start? Or how long is this leash?
I don't think you can send him back down for the rest of the season. That would be so embarrassing for you to bring him back up, him get rocked, and then you send him back down again. Well, you gotta let him work through it, but you just keep the leash super short. So you let him start the game.
Bullpen,
it's like the 3rd, 4th inning, whatever. Cool. You pull him. As Tone said, you don't let him get to the next go round in the lineup. and short outings. We're
So
chewing innings.
Is it bullpen arm then at that point?
No,
Because you can't keep bringing him out there as a starter if he's going to get his tits lit.
I mean, listen, I think that at this point you brought him back up. What do you do now? You can't send him back down. You really can't. You gotta give it a go at this point. You gotta let him get like 3 or 4 starts in and at least see where he's at. Like, you gotta let it ride. If he gets ripped on Friday, he gets ripped on Friday. He's gonna be back out 5 days later to
I think he'll get at least 2 or 3 starts before they figure out what they're gonna do with him.
Agreed.
Correct. And then I think what they do at the deadline and how Ryu comes back factors into this a lot, as we were saying. And like, I honestly think that like they've used the option. They can send him back down. Like, like if this team, again, it depends where they're at. So there's a lot of variables here, but like, this is not a team that's like in rebuild mode. That's just trying to like get some young guys, some experience or whatever. They're trying to win. So like, you can't have him be on the 26
But how's that working out for them?
Taking up a spot. Like,
I can't lie.
Well, listen. They're still doing okay with him down in the minors. And again, if you solve that 5th starter spot in some capacity, like, then you kind of have to move on from him this year, right? I'm not saying you trade him. I'm not saying you do whatever, but you just kind of say, listen, pal, let's pick this back up next spring and get you ready. Yeah, and that's basically it. Like, he's just going to have to take his lumps. I think he'll be around the team, but I just don't think they'll use him, right? Like, it'll be a September call-up. He'll be around. I don't know. You just can't have him be pitching every 5 days if he's like a liability out there. You can't.
How confident are you guys in the Jays making the playoffs? And I mean, I know they added the wild card, like won the playoffs here, the wild card that gives more teams a chance. So obviously the Jays are in the mix. At current point that we stand, they're 2 games out.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Are we confident of the Jays in making the playoffs here?
I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
what
actually
makes you
am
so confident?
because Vladdy. Is that crazy? I think Vladdy, like, I smiled when I saw that he was going to be in the home run derby. And I was like, this is perfect. He's going to just shake off the cobwebs and exercise the demons by hitting bombs at a home run derby. Hey, he gets to just swing freely and just learn how to fucking hit the ball up in the air again. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing like a home run derby to totally fix your swing and get you back on track, right?
Well,
that's historically, that's what's happened so often.
Well, the reality of the situation, again, hey, this is history lesson number 2 for us with short memories. I feel like, wasn't it a couple years ago when Vladdy was having a really, really good season and they were like, don't want to put him in the home run derby, don't want to mess with his swing.
Yeah.
And then so this
year,
now
it's the opposite.
Not having that good of a year.
Yeah, it's a good
maybe
point.
he can work things out in the home run derby.
I'm telling you, Timmy can attest to this, okay? When you're trying to figure out the driver on the golf course, it's a nightmare. But when you go to the sim,
short in the backswing,
just hammer.
You just got to find your slot. You find the slot, and then you
open up the hip.
Timmy swing, Vladdy swing,
just
Timmy
rotate.
swing, same thing.
Rotate.
Tones is dancing right now. I don't know what's going on right now.
No, you gotta rotate.
I love it.
You gotta rotate.
I would say if I were to put a percentage on the Jays making the postseason in some capacity, I would put it at probably 60%, more likely than not.
Okay.
But this team making a deep run from that position, I would put much lower. I would put it like 25% of not being just fodder for whoever you're going to play in that.
I'm going to be very honest. As long as I keep seeing Brandon Belt in the 3-hole in the Jays lineup,
mashing,
I could not take them seriously.
Kid's mashing. Kid,
right now,
like my age.
Cool. He's doing a good job now, but I'm just saying I cannot take them seriously.
Shell, you need a lefty bat up there to mix things up, man.
100%.
Varsho?
I look at
Belt.
I always compare it with always just because of my upbringing and the teams that I rooted for in baseball. I always compare them to the Phils. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Just in my mind, they've got totally different team setups, totally different lineups, the whole deal. Okay, but they are very, very similar this year.
All I'm saying is,
you look at last year. You look at last year what the Phils were able to do from the last wild card spot and make it all the way to the World Series. Crazier things have happened. So all you got to do is get in. That's all you got to
pitching's
do.
there.
I wish I just had the
there.
wrap it up thing to like, as soon as Webby mentioned Philly or the Phillies or anything Philadelphia, I wish I had the wrap it up cue.
Brandon
just
Marsh
to like
looks
cut
like he
him
hasn't
off.
showered in like 2 months. The guy is
Nobody-
amazing.
We stopped
Love him.
listening to you
Love him.
already. The Philly horn came on. What? Huh? What'd you say?
Did you know? Now
Huh?
I watched this great video today. Great video. I haven't watched it all because it's an hour and 30 minutes, but it's the explanation of every logo throughout the history of baseball. Okay, so they go team by team by team. So I fast forwarded right to the Phils. Did you know that they used to be called the Philadelphia Blue Jays back in like the 30s? Look, everybody's gone. They booted me. They booted me.